everyone, welcome back. I am just doing a nice little quick update for you because as you can see, the snow is starting to finally melt here in my backyard. And hey, if you're new here, my name is Kristy. I'm located in Western Massachusetts, Zone 6A, and we're going into my second year selling flowers at my roadside flower stand. And so I tried this past fall wintering over things, and I did not know if they would survive because basically it has been in the negatives for weeks on end here. We had at least 2 to 3 feet of snow, and it finally felt like spring here for 3 days where it was in the 60s, almost 70 degrees, so it really helped melt the snow. Now it's 23 degrees currently right now, so we're gonna check out and see how everything is doing. I'm going to get some frost cloth up, so hopefully we can get through the next few weeks, and then I can take everything off and we can start getting flowers ready for the spring. All right, so I haven't cleaned anything up. We literally just got outside. Here is my feverfew. And look, I mean, everything is still pretty green. I'm actually very excited about this. And then I think I left some blank space for some feverfew. I kind of just chucked in there. I plan on covering this, but here is the feverfew. And then over here, I'm not quite sure, but this was supposed to be blue plurum. And I don't really know how much survived, but I will be planting some more here anyways. But we might actually have a little bit. So blue plurum again and feverfew. All right, and moving on to our next bed. These were actually some leftover snapdragons, and as you can see, some of them died back, but there's still some green growth on the bottom. The bunnies did eat one bed here and 2 over here, which is also why I am planning on putting some frost cloth up. I'm hoping that it'll deter the bunnies a little bit. I'm just gonna lay it over again, these little makeshift beds for right now. But here is my Sweet Williams, and those still look really good. Nice and green, so I'm going to hopefully get something out of these. And then over here, I think I did some more feverfew. I just sprinkled it in, and then some bachelor's buttons over here. I think there was just a little bit left over, and I literally used a stick to help hold up some frost cloth in the wintertime. But yeah, very excited. And then the next 2 beds are going to be snapdragons, and as I mentioned, you can see that the bunnies literally mowed them down. I gotta clean up this stick, but I think if we get a little bit closer, and my shadow is not in it, there is still some growth. So maybe they just pinched them back for me. We will see. So this bed, yeah, looking a little empty, but maybe something will bounce back. This one's looking a little bit more promising. There's still some green growth happening under the leaves. I'm gonna leave the leaves for now, but I don't know. Maybe we'll have some luck. Now I do have over in my garden beds. So once again, these I made out of some extra cedar pickets. And then these are gonna be where my vegetables were, but we're gonna turn them all into flowers. So if we come this way, I filled the beds actually all the way to the top. And as you can see, they did settle. So I'm gonna do like Lizzie's and ranunculus here. These ones get the most of the spring sun. My cattle panels will still have tomatoes on these 2, but look at it. I am so excited. So I planted Love a Mist. I literally just scattered. So as you can see, it kind of like settled into some areas, but I think we might actually do good over here. So I'm gonna put some frost cloth here as well. And it says, well, I did have salad tomatoes. So we have Nigella and Love a Mist over here. So there's 4 different varieties, and we started these back on 9/9. So in September, these were all scattered in, and I think they might actually survive. So that was just a little quick update. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. However, those dang bunnies, let me show you what they did to my yarrow patch, because we did have so much snow that they could get over the little fence that I put in, and it was either the bunnies or we have a lot of voles. All of my garden beds actually have like those fine mesh, the wired mesh underneath, so nothing can burrow up. We have a lot of rodents and like I said, voles. But let me show you what they did to my yarrow patch, because I'm actually like super sad. And I'm probably gonna have to start a lot more. I just had some more seeds I placed from Select Seeds. So I'll show you what they have been up to. Now, this was my first dahlia patch. It gets so much sun. We do have our irrigation system right there for the front yard sprinklers. But I planted this whole bed with baby yarrow plants, and I actually had 8 or 9 larger ones of the Tutti Frutti, I believe it was. And if you get in, you can see all the little holes that they have created and dug up. I do have a set of peonies right here. But I mean, look, they literally went to town, and there are holes everywhere where they just dug up like entire plants back here. So I'm so bummed. I might have had a few over here survive. So we'll have to see. But look, I actually have, I think these are some leftover daylilies. This whole bed was daylilies when we first bought the house. So we still have some rogue ones over there and behind. So hopefully I can get control of that. Last year there was still a lot. But yep, this was yarrow. I'll put a picture of what it looks like at one point. So I'm not sure if anything wintered over, then my sad little eucalyptus plants. So I apologize if my camera is a little off-centered, but it's hard with the snow and we have so much wind. So I purchased these little metal hoops from the Gardener's Workshop, and then I actually got the kit when it was on sale, and it comes with 100 feet of frost cloth. So I am going to only just put some frost cloth on this bed right here. As I mentioned, it has the lava mist, and it also has nigella in there. We will be dipping back down into the teens later this week and next week. The ground is still pretty frozen. I was still able to get the hoops in on the corners, just where there wasn't probably so much soil, but these were all topped off this fall, so at least that's good news. They did settle a few inches, but I'm gonna leave them as is, and then I'll refill them next fall for some more plantings. But my thought process was to get stock, ranunculus, anything I could basically get out early, and then once anything dies back, especially like stock, for it being a one and done, I will cut them back and dig them up, and then I'll put hopefully some zinnias or celosia in here. Anything that I don't want to get eaten by the bunnies, I will put some gates up at the entrance of every single entry point here, with some baby gates that I still have left over, but we're gonna wait until later to do so. The bunnies have not really discovered this area quite yet because it is fenced off, and I do have a big peacock right here, which I hope kind of deters them, and then I do usually put an owl at the other entrance. So yeah, so I'm going to attempt to get this on. I got scissors to cut it. It does come with some weighted bags, but I'm hoping I can just fill those up later this afternoon to get them off to the side. So yeah, we'll see how this goes, because it's pretty windy and it's about like 20 degrees right now, so my hands aren't working fairly good without gloves. So yeah, let's go and get to it. My son's currently mowing the lawn right now, but I wanted to show you. We have one baby bed all set and ready to go. I actually put some up over here. I'm hoping if I put some frost cloth on there, it will help me be prepared for when it is time to plant out, that these beds will be ready to go and I can just get them out when I need to. I am going to put a thermometer in my greenhouse over there, which is from Costco, by the way. So maybe I can start hardening off my ranunculus plants over this next few weeks. Just little by little bringing them out. I usually like to do things like Thursday nights, Fridays, and then the weekends I kind of just submerge them in there and then hope they survive. So that is my thought process with that. I want to get my ranunculus hopefully planted out next weekend or the weekend after. However, the soil is still frozen. So we're just going to get the frost cloth up. I do plan on putting my ranunculus in these 3 beds with my lisianthus going in one if it's not needed, and then I have one right here. So those will be for ranunculus and lizzies. They get the most sun. I'll show you my trees, which I need to get down because they are absolutely massive. Here are the garden beds I was just talking about, and here are my trees. They are massively tall. So when we do get them cut down from here by the playground all the way over, these will get knocked down and then all the way back. And I don't know if you can see, but our land goes all the way back to that house back there. So we are going to get about half of it cleared. So yeah, all of this is what takes my sun away. So we're going to have all of this down hopefully in the fall or spring. And this is my makeshift bed. So right now it's basically just to deter the bunnies, but also keep things warm and alive until we get out of the teens at night. So I just use, as you can see right here, just some rocks. I'm going to close that gap up a little bit better. And then I also use some pine tree sticks that have fallen. And then with the wind, it actually went right through these little tomato stakes that I use. I think it's like that one is going to get going down. Those 2 went through. These ones might survive, but I just want it a little bit closer to the ground, so I don't mind. I have so much frost cloth, and I'm going to reuse this every year. But yeah, my son's just dreaming of spring. Hi, Mace. Oh, thanks for cutting the grass, bud. Yep, so that's everything we've done today, and I feel pretty accomplished. So I hope you enjoyed that little update. As you can see, no professional here, but I just need these to survive the next few weeks. It's going to start warming up. And then what I will do is in the morning before work, when it does get warmer, I will lift these off. It's fairly quick. That's why the rocks are there. And I'm hoping we can get some stuff planted out, but right now I'm freezing. So we're going to get inside and we'll do some seeds later this afternoon. So until next time, happy gardening. Bye.